This morning, a lot of people are celebrating Clemson's win over the Alabama Tide. Myrtle Beach native and Socastee High School alum Hunter Renfro for the Clemson Tigers tweeted this out, thanking God. In part, that tweet reads, "All love and glory to God." He's so happy that they are national champs. And you can actually see, we're going to bring up a heat map to show you just how the Clemson Tigers are dominating social media right now. You can see it. A lot of people out there talking about that win. Now, remember last year, a total different story as the Alabama Tide beat Clemson. Yesterday's score, however, the final score was 35-31.
And just a glimpse there of the beginning of the Clemson Tigers celebrating their big win last night. College football's first national championship rematch was a fitting sequel to the original and came with an unusual twist at the end. Deshaun Watson found Hunter Renfro for a 2-yard touchdown pass with a second remaining to give the Tigers their first national championship since 1981. After nearly a decade of coaching at Clemson, Dabo Swinney built an elite program at Clemson that was missing only one thing.
Our goal was to work our tails off and eventually get Clemson back on top. And tonight, that's a reality. It truly is. The flag, the paw is flying on top of that mountain tonight. We saw the top of it last year, didn't quite get there. Tonight, we took that next step. It was really the only thing we hadn't done in the last 8 years, and we got it done.
Swinney also called the game one of the greatest games of all time. So when it ended, Clemson's 315-pound defensive lineman Christian Wilkins did a cartwheel, and Ben Boulware, one of the toughest linebackers in the country, was in tears.
And that's reaction from the many fans watching the game the moment Clemson scored the touchdown that made them the national champs. You can see it was a moment they've been waiting, well, years for, and by their reaction, it was all worth it. It was a roller coaster ride watching the game unfold, but at the end, everyone was glad they stuck around. One woman who's been a fan for more than 50 years says this new title has already sunk in.
This is phenomenal. I knew they could do it. Wasn't sure they would, but I knew they could, and I'm just so excited, so pleased.
And fans in Charleston weren't the only ones celebrating. Theo, I know there are plenty of fans right here throughout the Grand Strand. So how did they handle their team winning this national championship?
Well, Eric, Dick's Sporting helped fans here celebrate. Just minutes after that game-winning touchdown, the store opened up just after midnight for fans to get all of their Tiger gear. We're talking hats, tumblers, coffee cups, shirts, you name it, they bought it. As soon as that final second ticked off the clock, fans were loading up their cars with new gear to celebrate the victory. We spoke to two fans who couldn't wait to get their hands on a piece of the Tigers title.
Hunter Renfro, I mean, Socastee, this is what we're all about. This is what Clemson is. It's what the family is all about.
National champions, 35 years waiting. Dabo, you are the #1 coach.
Well, this is just the beginning, of course, of our team coverage this morning of the Clemson National Championship. Stick around throughout the show. We'll have a recap of last night's historic moment and a closer look at hometown hero Hunter Renfro.